Hello, my friends. It's Andrea here. Welcome to this new weekly update, and I will go a bit beyond it. It's about June 3rd, June 9th. So we enter slowly and surely the second half of the year, and very important event today. I am dressed accordingly in terms of color coordination with Uranus. It's the transit, the ingress, the entering of Uranus in the financial sign of Taurus in the sidereal zodiac, where it will stay roughly for 7 years. It's a very big event, and we will experience a lot of innovation, but also a lot of volatility in the markets. Now, Uranus in Taurus is not so good. They are not so good friends, so to speak, because Uranus would shake up something that is really very traditional and fixed, which is Taurus. And we saw that in the last years, once we had already Uranus in the tropical sign of Taurus, that it's a push and pull, it's a back and forth, because it's a clash between the traditional and the new innovation that happens in the system. And this will continue at least until 2025, 2026, when we will have Uranus transitioning into Gemini. And this would be in the tropical zodiac, and then we don't have this let's say, conjunction between the sidereal and the tropical zodiac with Uranus in the same sign. But while we have it, so from today until 2025-26, I will come up with concrete dates in the months to follow. We will see really the birth of the new financial system, in my opinion, and it will be exciting, a lot of innovation, but also dangerous, because these opportunities are in general short-lived, and it's good, to catch them, to have a warning about them, and to be prepared to tackle whatever comes in the future. That being said, I would like to have the following discussion today. We will start with the new moon in the tropical Gemini, and this is a very important one that I would like to outline, because it's quite a very important beginning. And then I would like to go into the topics with the members, and we will talk about BTC, about Ethereum, and altcoins, including recommended blue chips for the silver tier and for the gold tier. We will get also recommended altcoins that are more exotic, and it depends on your risk appetite. So let's dive into this. We had these important ingresses of Jupiter and Uranus in tropical and in sidereal for Uranus as well. And this is the first new moon, which happens on the 6th of June. And it's about the tropical Gemini, and it's very strongly correlated with entering Jupiter in Gemini. Therefore, it's very important as a new beginning. And also from a sidereal perspective in Taurus, I work with the sidereal chart right now and want to show you, because from the sidereal you can see this reference to the financial system. Because yes, Gemini is markets, but Taurus is the finance. So let's look at the stars behind the zodiac signs and the constellations, and decipher what this new moon has in store for us. It's cast for London, so simply ignore the clock phases and the ascendant, but I want to really focus on the planets and the nakshatras. We do have a stellium, so this means 4, you see, 4, it's 5. So 5 planets in the sidereal sign of Taurus, which are Jupiter, Mercury, Moon, Sun and Venus. And we have Moon, Sun, and Venus very close, which shows the fact that the Sun and the Moon, which have a new beginning together, so it's the new moon, will infuse this new energy on Venus, which is the planet for cryptocurrency and currency. So certainly we will have a strong new beginning. What is the good news is that Venus is in the sidereal Taurus, so it's in its own home. So there are basically good news about it. One would say also that we do have a conflict between the Sun and Venus because they are so close together. But I would say here in this context, it is a new beginning that is positive. We noticed also the square with Saturn, as you see in Aquarius, also in its own home from a sidereal perspective. And this is very close, a tight square with the Sun, the Moon, and with Venus. And this is really signifying the fact that we will have a lot of organization, new structure, also laws coming up. It's not like, eternal freedom and it will go everything very fast, but it will be in a steady manner. I would say we should expect push and pull regardless of the promise that we have, but this is a great promise actually because it shows how the next year, but even the next 7 years, because of Uranus transit in the sidereal sign of Taurus, which happened on the 30th of May, actually shows this to us. It's like the first new moon, and I'm quite excited about it because it's really close to the ingresses of Jupiter and Uranus in the sidereal Taurus. So it's a great start for a new financial system to come. Now, I would like to invite you to also look a bit at the nakshatras, especially the ones which are more inclined. I will not go into a lot of detail, but we see here, which is very good, Rohini is emphasized. So you see Mercury, the Sun, Moon, Venus, all in Rohini. They are different paths, but it's quite promising. And why? Because Rohini is a nakshatra which is about growth. In agriculture, it was used in the past heavily in order to determine when the plants should be really sowed. So the seed, the planting of the seed was really oriented after the Rohini nakshatra, because Rohini is an auspicious nakshatra which would make things grow. So it's not only about plants, but in agriculture it was used, and Taurus is also linked to food. So we will see also a lot of innovation in the food area. I would say even in sweets, because Venus signifies sweets, but also in other areas. Mercury, for example, would be linked to transportation. So we will have autonomous vehicles and other stuff coming up. And also the investment there will increase likely in the future, because we have this hint to the Rohini nakshatra, which is very positive. I would say it's much more positive in a way than Kritika. Kritika has its good parts as well. We had the Uranus-Jupiter conjunction in Kritika on the 20th, 21st of April, I want to remind you. And now that promise will be fulfilled in a more steady manner, in my opinion, because we do have this green light to grow from the Rohini nakshatra. Also, a last thing I would like to make as a remark about Rohini is the fact that it is ruled by the moon. So the moon is waxing and waning. So there would be this volatility. But since the promise is for growth, I would say that it looks also very promising for the future, and also in terms of adoption of cryptocurrencies on a larger scale, because the moon also represents the masses. So it's about an optimistic outlook on the development of the market caps for cryptocurrency in general, and for the further evolution. Now, I would like to thank you for your attention. Thank you for liking and subscribing. It helps the channel, and I would really say goodbye to the general audience, and with the members, I would like to continue with the forecast for the week. All the best to you, and see you soon.